All right, hello everybody. The handless one and I, handless Master Chief. It's funny, the handless MC. We're gonna be doing these pre-podcast breakdowns where I introduce the guests, what we're talking about, and it's just a little sample of what the episode's like. So if you decide based off this video that the guest is a total dildo or the subjects we're talking about are just under your brow, then just give the video a like and don't invest the hour of just debauchery. In this case, we got Austin Calvert coming up, my boy, the man, myth, the legend. We talk about Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Marvel, everything goddamn nerdy. We talk about running marathons, which we're training for, and he just schools me in wine. So much wine. We drink 3 bottles. It's fabulous. Enjoy the show. We're at the minute mark, and I'm done rambling. We're doing some testing. Whoa, these levels are out of control. They're so high. Higher than I. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, Mr. Calvert, give me some audio levels, baby.
What would you like me to say?
Give me the best 5 pitchers you can think of off the top of your head.
We got Austin Calvert.
Hey.
Okay.
Getting close, right here. You know, Joe Rogan says, a fist in front of the face, but I like to say, just for distance away from the microphone, I like to say, no, you've seen porn, get in there.
I like to be all up in it.
All up in it.
Okay. Verlander, obvious choice.
Verlander.
Gotta be an obvious choice. Then you got Garrett Cole. That's the boy I'm hoping we're about to get.
Oh, the Gigantes.
No, the Yankees. The Yankees fan.
Yeah, that's right. You're a lost soul.
No. Found soul.
Found soul. All right.
Clarity.
You know what?
Come to the dark side.
Usually these audio checks just kind of turn into the beginning of the show anyway, so let's just get going. The bottles there's nothing but black bottles. That's the new lingo for we're live. But it's just going to be slang. What's the fun of saying we're alive? The bottles are black. Nothing but black bottles, and that's going to be our signal that this show has started. And guess what? The bottles are black. There's nothing but black bottles. Whatever one it is. Nothing but black bottles, baby! So, ladies and gentlemen, all 3 people listening. Dylan Nay's listening. I know he is. Shout out to Dylan Nay. Sorry, but he already knows who this is.
At the Case household one time.
We can talk about that. We'll get there. We'll get there. But this episode is going to be focused around marathons, distance running, endurance, and we got a guy. We brought this guy in here. He's wearing a beanie. He's married. He bent the knee. Has since put on a ring of power. Oh, he's nibbling it. It's real. And nice band, by the way.
Thanks.
And none other than Austin Calvert. Sir, how are you today? Well, thank you for coming.
Great.
You look fabulous.
A little tired.
How tired?
Not that tired.
Why are you tired?
We just cranked out 10 miles.
We cranked it out real hard. You got sidetracked. But, I mean, you ran to your solution.
And then I ran to the toilet.
You ran to the toilet.
And then I ran back.
You did. And you said no less than 4 wipes. So if we're talking about distance running, marathon running, so spoiler alert, Sandwich Aaron, on March 3rd, early March, we're checking right now, we'll be running a marathon. Foolishly, verbally agreed to by...
March 1st, you are correct,
March
sir.
1st, yay, it doesn't happen often. Oh boy. But my boy Lucas Roberts said, hey, you want to run a marathon with me? And I've never fancied myself running a marathon. I'm like, this is not something Aaron does. It's against the rules. He's a baseball player. Short distances, 90 feet at a time. First baseman.
Not a pitcher. Running.
No.
First baseman.
Receiving.
Getting out there.
Always.
Getting out there.
Always stretching. Never had the full splits, though.
You lose.
Never had the full
How
splits.
often did you practice for it?
0.
You gotta put in the effort.
But
you're not just splitzing out of nowhere.
This is America. I could put in 0 practice and still expect excellence.
You could.
I still expect to be doing splits. Just scoop the baseball out of the dirt. But we're digressing. That's not distance running. That's baseball. Anyways.
I love both, though.
Both are great. So we brought you in here as an authority because you've run a marathon before. Put it in. No, we're not having sex, people. Jesus, Dylan.
Yes,
Take it easy.
Good. He loves it.
Oh, he does. Him and Jared are both foaming at the mouth.
They're just trucking right now. Just putting in a hard days of work.
We're getting joined here by Mr. Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
Cha! Long cut?
Oh, you know already, buddy. There you go. Look
I
at
know
they
it.
put really cool.
All right, so I'm
designs
looking at
on
some
those bad
long
boys now.
cut. This is, you know what? There's a nice kind of desert mountainous
I think they're
scene
going
in the
for the
background.
artsy thing.
Copenhagen.
It's their new marketing strategy.
It's beckoning back to the Western days. You're sitting there, satisfaction since 1982. All right, all right. I've just got inspired. I'm going to start doing product reviews and just pick them apart. So thank you, Austin.
You're welcome.
You're the man. And we'll get to it eventually to why you're here. But first, I just got to stick a foot in my mouth. But until then, satisfaction since 1822. Tumultuous time, I want to say 1822. I think there's some revolutions going on, guillotines coming down.
People needed something.
People needed some cha.
So they're taking it back.
I think
Very smart.
the colonies were, what were they doing? Stealing black folk from Africa, and I think against their will. I'm pretty sure that's not what the story goes.
Stealing them?
Well, they're, oh dear Lord, you animal. Nay, sir. That was before stereotypes existed. Or do you think stereotypes existed back in the
In
day?
18 whatever?
1822, did stereotypes exist? I want to say yeah.
I would say
There
that
has
was
to be.
no. I don't know. I don't think stereotypes were a thing yet because
But
it was also normal.
There were still judgments and bias towards certain
there
ethnic
was
groups.
yeah.
For sure.
But
Like
I think,
those
like-
fucking Moors down there causing a ruckus in northern Africa.
Yeah.
Those goddamn Moors.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Is it all over potatoes?
What's that?
The wars.
The wars? Potatoes. I think
gotta be
certain
like
sides
family.
didn't like the skin colors of another. There's some marketing.
Irish people?
Irish people, dude. Irish people
Is it they
were
hate people with different tones of red?
well. The red in their
red
hair,
the
their
more Irish.
freckles, perhaps just infuriating. Really,
I bet.
man. Oh, it's theater of the mind. Mouthing is huge balls.
No.
Wangs.
The
Irish have
carpet
huge?
probably matches the drapes.
Oh, carpets match the drapes.
Right,
We
right.
can say these things here.
I know. but
I
was
bleep
trying
them
to-
out
I was
and-
trying to feed you into it.
Oh,
man.
you know, I am
was trying to get
all
you
about it.
involved.
I'm just looking down there. I didn't know if there were two balls in your hands because you have your hands out and your palms are open, your knees are
They have
weak.
to be a lot closer together to
There
get
you
those
go.
boys
Well,
in there.
hey. But man, we'll get into what's it called? The history of humans judging each other to a later time.
We'll probably forget, but I love it.
We'll probably forget. But we're talking
Onward to running.
So you've run a marathon. Was it just one marathon or
I've only
how many
run
have you run? What's your running resume?
one full
Wow.
marathon.
What is a full marathon? How much are you into this? Do you know?
26.2 miles.
There you go.
And it's a lot. A fucking lot.
That's every bit. And you ran every bit, I think even more than 26.2. If you add incline.
I ran 26 and a half. We can pull them up later and look at all of my, because I have the Garmin, it measures your pace, your cadence, your increase, decrease of elevation,
Right.
obviously your timing, your pace. So we could talk and we could look through.
Oh,
'cause
well, we're going in
I
depth.
have my marathon one on here because it tracks it all.
Great can Copenhagen, though. We'll review it later. This isn't about Copenhagen today.
Let's bring that back. Let's put this
You know what?
right here, not forget about
No,
it.
of course not. Well, let me get my thermos of coffee because...
Oh, you need to level out.
Is your temperature level okay? Do you need the heater on
Feeling
it?
great. The
Like
beanie?
handless
is just
MC. Beanie's a great move. Beanie's a tremendous
holding
move.
me here. I didn't know if you were a Joe Rogan guy where I was going to have to put headphones
No,
on.
no. Come on. We got ears. Not of corn. There's no
I
ears of
kinda
corn
like
in
the
here.
headphones. I was kind of hoping I was going to slap
Well,
on a
I haven't
headset.
experimented with that yet, but I'm thinking of different things, like a product review. Like if I have a new idea for a podcast episode, I don't want everyone to be an interview. Sometimes I was thinking, like maybe I'll guide you in meditation and just say some like goofy fucking shit.
I love that.
Just paint a bizarre Picasso with like aliens, but it's like whatever. You know, point is I want to try different ideas, different things. I don't want it to be.
You have to.
Why not? You got
If
it.
you don't evolve, you go extinct.
I'm gonna change. So my logo. Oh, let me show you real quick.
And this black bottles thing, folks, let me tell you.
Dude, this. Oh yeah. So the reason we're saying nothing but black
gotta
bottles,
get
there's a
behind that.
neon light here that we acquired by certain means, and I recently found it as I was cleaning out the lunchbox, and it's just the perfect light because I write in here in the morning and it's all dark outside. This nice pink glow. It is the perfect amount of light to where it's not blinding you. You're not upset, but it's
But it's just giving you
dim
that
enough.
Little, that
It's
little touch, that little
it's
caress.
just enough. It knows how much I want. It gives it to me. and I get so much more out of it than it possibly. I get more out of that thing than light. If I may get all real with you, you like that? Plus, it's pleasing.
Are you saying you don't like light?
No, I love light. I get more out of that neon light than just the light that it literally puts out.
I respect
It makes
that.
me feel happy. It puts me in a good spot. It's like,
warm.
all right, turning it on. Here we go.
Idiot.
The Trial and Error podcast. It's just me laying there. So that's a picture of me just like chilling on it, but I kept the body white so you can put in different. I could put in a Batman logo. I put Giants in there. I could put Kings.
Adaptable.
It's adaptable.
That's
That's smart. So
3D chess.
I try to.
Gotta think
This ain't
about
checkers,
the next
baby. But thinking ahead also has to happen in marathon running.
Wow.
Something I've never done.
Or not thinking ahead.
Or not
It's
thinking
probably
ahead.
more accurate.
I did that. I didn't think ahead on my half marathon.
When you're in the moment, I mean.
Oh yeah.
Like when you're running the marathon, not leading up to it, you should take it very seriously. Unlike me.
Oh,
right now.
absolutely.
But when you're running it, the best thing is to forget you're running.
I feel like you're riding on your own coattails a little bit, thinking, "Oh, I'm joking," but like I've done my marathon. This is
nothing.
below 10 miles is below me.
I got nothing.
I was like, damn. I was like, Austin's gonna be like running backwards. Like, what you want? Like, just.
You expected me to crank that out today.
Well, no. Like you
And I
kept
haven't
running.
run in fucking 2 weeks.
I expect
so.
you to keep. I expect you
It was a
to
struggle,
do
folks.
exactly what you did. Like you kept running. Like you were running the stairs, and like
Yeah, looking back,
that's
it
how
doesn't
you're-
make much sense, does it? Because I was
Well-
running fucking stairs. Why didn't I just run on a flat ground? It's a lot easier.
You could have just like run back and forth, I guess, on the.
I think I
football
felt
field.
I started to feel a little like fuck. I need to over deliver right now, so I tried
Well-
to do something more involved.
Well, you set a good pace. That pace that you started with at the very beginning, like our first couple laps together, that was I want to say about 8.5 minute pace,
It was
like mile
I can
pace.
tell you, I have it tracked.
No, oh well,
And it's not.
it's not way
No,
more.
no, we were running the 9s. I mean, we were running slow.
But
But
it was
for me, that's almost started too fast. I think that also got me tired. Because I'll run, like I said, my first couple, like I take slow.
and you
You're
got
running
way like
10. You can't run. You're not. It's like a fight, like an MMA
Yeah.
fight or anything. Like you're not gonna shoot your load right away.
no. You gotta see. That's where
So I take it real slow.
I enjoyed that pace. Well, it's
just
easy on your
ease
body.
into it.
You eased into it, and you did. But and then you got waylaid by the poo, and that was
That's a real thing, folks. It
how
never
frustrating.
happened.
Did you try to hold it, or were you like?
I told you when I got out of the car and I was walking up, I was like, dude, I kind of got to poop.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting into poop here, folks. You're gonna like this.
Lean into the mic.
You're gonna like it a lot.
Leaning in. Keep
So
this up here.
I think it was already in my head, and then I started running, and just everything starts getting loose.
Mm-hmm.
Then it started getting down towards the old booty hole. And I knew it was time.
I call that when it
That was
takes a
2.
knock.
That was like only 2 miles in too, and I was like,
So how far away is your folks' place? Because that's your alternative. Your parents
I don't know,
live
'cause I
across
turned my thing
town, but I was impressed because you ran there, and I don't want to say maybe it's another 2 miles, one and a
it's probably
half.
pretty similar, but. I
But
hate
you
it.
had to time it. You had to hold it. Now that you've committed to voiding your bowels, they're like, okay, you guys, we got. All right, so your inside your colon, right? And
It's right
they
there.
they get the light. They're in the terminal. They're like, all right, like we're up to bat, but we don't know when. Like the flight's running late.
Yep.
Literally running, and
It's a coming.
but you got there, and sure enough, was there any
Squeeze the cheeks and you run.
were you ever in a
That's a
lot of
strategy.
pain, or was this manageable?
No, I mean
Running's tough.
If I didn't run, what are you talking about with running? Or
Yeah,
the
you're
poop?
running.
Are we still talking about
both,
poop here?
Both. Well,
Yeah.
you're running, but you have to go. You've committed to.
Yeah, but
getting
there's
rid
a
of it.
difference. Like, I feel like if I was on mile 7,
Yeah.
I would have just said it and ran the rest.
Mm-hmm.
But I was on mile 3. We weren't halfway done.
Yeah.
So once the poop arrived, I was like, no. We're not making it
Well,
to 10 without doing it, so let's just get it out of the way now. So
well, this is actually people think that we're just talking about the poop. We're not just talking about the poop because
Talking
I
about the
actually
running.
had some questions here. That actually is a thing. Like for me, if there's anything in my stomach when I run for more than 5 miles, like today, I just had oatmeal in the morning, and I made sure I went to the restroom, just had some extra coffee, made sure I flushed everything out so nothing's shaking up in my stomach while I'm running. And I was able to make it, but before I'd be at like mile 7. And it's uncomfortable. It kind of takes you out of your element mentally because you're just kind of like, you feel it in your stomach and you're worried. You're like, damn it, can we bail out? There's no, Winters High School has opted not to put any kind of porta potty or,
no porta
or
potty.
toilet
That was my
devices.
First question when I got there.
Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. So you need that. This is a good segue because I'll ask you about the. All right, let's talk about it. Since you have you here, what's your solution to defeating this problem of mid-run duties?
I never have a problem with it, so I don't really have a good suggestion. But listening to you, it's like you have to. Like, I'm not just like an every morning kind of guy.
I know myself.
I can make it to the afternoon.
Well, usually I do, but it's like the act of running really forces.
So my suggestion would be not to eat that oatmeal, to just wake up. But I can run on an empty stomach. Not all people can do that.
Well, I didn't feel the need today, honestly. I haven't.
Then maybe that's
maybe that's
thing.
it.
Maybe you wake up, you get some coffee and some oatmeal, you drain it out, and you're good.
Pretty good. My typical morning is, I want to boast, it's 4 eggs. Most of the mornings, a piece.
How many eggs did you put in my bowl?
I made 7 eggs altogether. Dude, I went hard. So we had
gave me a lot of
some
eggs.
Post-run slop. There was 4 potatoes in there.
Jesus,
4 potatoes.
Dude, it was a lot, but it was great.
Like 3/4 of an onion. I try to.
Start doing food reviews.
Food reviews. Everything's possible. This is honestly, I was driving to Davis the other day, and I had a solid realization that this podcast, I'm doing it for one view. And it's just mine. I don't give a shit. Like,
You got Dylan here.
When I'm Dylan,
You got Dylan.
I got some loyal.
If he's made it this far.
Oh, for sure. He's a loyal hoe.
All right.
He
Hi,
loyal. Hey, Dill.
And I didn't. Let's backtrack here. I said something about Dylan trying to fight me at the cage house.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's squash the beef right here.
That's necessarily what happened.
Squash
we were
the
playing
beef.
beer. I was so annoying, bro. I hadn't seen him in
Tell me about it.
forever. And I was f***ing hammered. And he came in and I was just like, I was like, yo, bro. And I was talking to him. He started getting a little angry at me. And I was like, man, maybe I should fucking not.
You made Dylan angry. A loyal friend and ally.
Yeah. Well, he was probably, I think he just got from a flight or something. So he was hella tired. And I was like, he was down here and I was up here. And I was like, let's fucking hang out. And he was like, no. Bro, I want to sit on this couch. And we're playing beer pong. And I'm fucking with him. And I keep fucking with him. And I like running onto his side.
Are you like pushing his shoulder, just being obnoxious?
I'm like coming halfway over the table, like grab the balls real quick. And kind of getting on their side, and then finally, he just fucking pushed me, and I was hammered. Guy? He pushed me because I was coming over to get a ball, and I was hammered, and I just went flying into their fucking sliding glass door. It's shocking I did not break that door.
It held you?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a strong fucking door, bud.
Dylan's a strong
I know,
guy,
and I was moving across the room. I was moving. I might have got airborne for a second.
You would have.
And he got me airborne. He was, boom,
He probably like stepped into it and lifted like you would in
a
a lineman blocking drill, right?
We'll have to ask him. What was the tactical strategy behind that?
He remembers, I'm sure.
I'm sure he knows. He's probably saying it right now.
Oh man, for some reason I've just like through years of playing sports together, he and I like it's a bromosexual bond, and he loves me to the extent I bet I could burn his car, burn his crops, like rape and murder his cattle, and he would still be like, "Oh, Gertie, like, Jill, I love you, baby, and I love that you love me so much." There's a lot of love, so shout out. It's good.
That was the backstory. It wasn't. I don't know why it sounded kind of weird at first.
Was there any altercation after that, or were you like, okay,
like next time I saw him, I was like, "You almost pushed me through that door," and he was like, "Bro, I'm sorry. You were annoying the out of me."
At least he's being real with you.
I was like, "Yeah, I know. I was hammered."
Did you try to remember getting in his face or something?
No. It was friendly as dude. I was like going for the ball, and he was just so annoyed. He was trying to go for it too, and he just pushed my ass.
Well, who was winning?
D1 push. I don't know. He was probably losing. Come on.
Hey, are you good throughout the beginning of the game, or are you more of a finisher? Good day. Sometimes I can finish, but
I'm one or the other, man. I'm never like a good. I don't know. I'm either on and I'm draining them, or it takes me a minute to get them.
A nice in between beer. I like it when you can have a beer in your hand. You don't have to worry about drinking all the beers in the cups.
I kind of like the beer in the cups.
You like beers in the cups? It's more traditional, but because I remember being in Ray McIntyre's garage, of age, of course, and we're in the garage and the ping pong balls are dropping on this concrete garage floor with oil on it. Yeah,
wow.
With oil and just ickiness abound, germs, dare I say. And we'd be sucking that brew down, baby. I'd be soaking the ball in that beer in the cups. No, I'm good. No, I'm
You're an animal.
High on life right now. Don't you and I have an idea? The Pistons are just humming along right now, feeling it, baby. So
All right, let's get back on topic.
I'm glad we're all still friends now, though. That's good. But that was just a friendly shove. Like,
Dylan, oh yeah, dude. I love that guy.
Very good.
I think he loves me too, but he'll never say it.
That's what makes it so cute. We'll see if I can get him on next time.
Dude.
I want to do a Four Brothers
See his
one.
take on it. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. We're getting all sides. See, this is a reliable source of this show, The Tap, because I want to get all sides of the goddamn story. I'm not going to just frame your side, because you could have said, you know, he pushed me for some reason. I could have
just made something up.
Fibbed it out of our butts. Darn. But alas, we're going to tell the truth, but maybe Dylan will have another perspective on it. But I feel like you told it true. Told it well.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here we are. So, running. All right, so I got these questions, though.
Bring them on.
I got these questions, though.
You lose. Good day, sir.
The first one was like, why should we listen to you? But because you got this experience. And I learned a lot.
I don't care if you listen to me. I'm no expert, but I'm just telling, like, I'm trying to tell you.
Don't just hear him, listen to him. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, this is...
I don't know. I mean,
this is
I've
for
done,
me.
like, research
this
on
episode's for me because I got some questions about running. The most I ever did, like I said before, was a half, 13.1. And the biggest thing for me was just how sore I was getting. Like, yeah, it was a little boring. I just had music. I found that, like, podcasts and maybe audiobooks. I should get some audiobooks. Definitely help because it just takes your mind off of the pain. For me, the pain... it was like my joints, my feet, my knees, and I'd be going, and then eventually I would stop thinking about it and start daydreaming about something else. But when I'd start walking, I would start stiffening up.
Yep.
So that's why you said do not stop. Yeah.
If you stop, especially when you get like, when you run a lot. So like, now 5 miles to you is not a lot. Like, you can run 5 miles easy. But once you like get to long distances like that.
Those big ones, that will make a difference for sure. Because I feel like I could get it. Like today was probably the first day I was like, okay, I can handle like 5 miles. I can do that. Yeah, I'm sweating, but it's not like I'm not dying. It's like you can tell when your lungs get a little heavier. You're like, okay, the tank is for sure going down a little bit. And the soreness, it's there, but it's
your muscles getting tired. I don't think you're sore. That's a different kind of feeling, and that's where I was going with what I said before. But honestly, I forgot the saying. But
it happens.
When you get to like a lot of miles, like 8, 10, your muscles get they're tired, like a different kind of tired. You kind of have to get used to it. Which you will. You saw today. You cranked out 10, and it was good.
It's an annoying pain.
Yeah.
It's not something you can't deal with, but you want it to go away. It's just irritating enough. But if you get a blister or toenail, like were your toenails a factor at all? Did you start feeling rubbing or?
Toenails never. I've seen like today actually. I kind of like strided at one point and like caught my toes. Mm-hmm. But that's why you got to get shoes that are a little bit big for you.
Okay.
Because your feet always slide, and if you're in a small shoe, your foot is sliding against the fucking end of the shoe. That's why people's toenails. It's this part of their toe.
They're jamming them.
Yep. So then it gets hella sore.
And it just wiggles off.
I mean, I don't know if it popped, but like mine never got that bad. They did get sore, but
I can't do.
That's one of my biggest fears. You want to hear
losing
why?
A toenail?
Dude, okay. Here's a story.
Please give me an icky story.
When I was in high school, we went to like Fresno for one of the FFA things, and this when I was like a freshman or something. That's when Wes was there, Wesley Krantz.
Yeah, boy.
And dude, the guy had he fucking smashed his finger. And this nail on his ring finger was like so swollen and purple, and the fingernail was like coming up.
Why didn't they like relieve the pressure?
This is what I'm getting there. So we like whatever. We're at these people's house. I don't even know who these people are. But
how did he smash it?
I'm getting there.
Oh,
so
sorry.
It's nighttime now. We're out in the barn, and him and this other guy were drinking like whiskey. I wasn't drinking because I was a little and I was a little good boy back then.
Aww.
So, and I don't even know if they asked if I wanted any. No big deal.
You think you're bad?
I'm not upset about it. And then, anyways, so they get all like, hammered, and we're in this barn, and he gets a fucking drill, and he puts a super, like skinny little drill bit on it.
He's drunk and playing with power tools.
Bro, and he puts his hand on the fucking workbench, and he gives the drill to his buddy. Or maybe he did it on his own. I can't really remember that part. It was a long time ago. But he takes the drill, and he puts it on his finger, and he starts... and then boom, it splatters all the way into the roof, bro. And he's like going crazy, and there's blood like flying out of his finger, dude. And after about 5 minutes, he finally was like, normal again, and it was like sunk down, and the fingernail was all dead, but it wasn't like swollen with blood anymore.
That is fucking disgusting.
With a drill bit, bro. It was
Why?
crazy.
Dude, you just heat up a needle and just rub it on your fingernail. He used a drill
bit.
Hey, he's a winner's boy. Let me
It
tell
was
you what.
crazy. It was awesome.
FFAER.
I was like, wow, dude, power to you. That's that's like saw shit right there.
That is.
You got to drill into your own finger? Come on.
I bet Wesley could kill a man in war.
For sure.
Like, if you could do that, that's some Ronnie Lott shit.
Dude.
Bite it off.
Wow.
I didn't know what to expect. Next, like, where do you go from
there?
there?
Respect to him, like, that takes a serious, like, a strong constitution to be able to drill your
and
giant...
he might have done it to himself. If I don't really remember if he did it or if the other guy did it. No, 100% happened.
Yeah.
110%. But it'd be even crazier if he drilled into his own finger.
Good day, sir.
Can you imagine doing that to yourself? If somebody else did
No
it,
way.
if you did it, I can turn, right?
Yeah.
I can not look, and like, yeah, it's going to be incredibly painful, and I would
Indeed.
never do it still. But at least then, like, you don't know when it's coming, and it.
Could
but if
you,
you do
all
it
right,
to yourself?
we're going to divert from this diversion. All right, you've seen Castaway, starring a
Of course, I've seen
sexy Tom
Castaway.
Hanks.
Are we about to talk about
Two
some
questions.
Because I can't go there.
Could you do that to yourself if you were in
No
agonizing
way.
pain?
No
Agonizing
way.
pain.
Maybe, but you'd have to be sober because you have no alcohol. Am I being too loud right now? Am I being perfect?
No, you are perfect.
Dude, no, you're sober. At least, like, Wes got drunk. I would get just smashed.
No
and
wonder
then
blood
do
so
something
much.
like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Sober to take your own tooth out with a freaking ice skating boot?
One,
Dude!
and like,
Boom! And then he fucking passes out, bro, in a cave. There's another thing to think about. You can knock your noggin. You're donezo right there.
I mean,
that was dumb. He did it in a cave.
high risk,
That
high
he
reward.
didn't even set up for.
It's all stormy outside.
You're not wrong.
Wilson was there.
Fucking Wilson.
Dude, Wilson.
Wilson and Rumham will go down as two
Rumham.
of the most loyal companions
Rumham got-
in film history.
Rumham got eaten.
Yeah,
Or
but he
ate.
came back. He got lost for a little bit.
Yeah.
He
did
came
come
back onto the boat.
Wilson is still
with the
out there.
Guidos.
So, you know who
Wilson,
else...
see? That's what
You
I'm saying.
know who
He ain't
else
coming back.
is out there? Another diversion from this diversion. Skylar, a couple years ago, got... You know when he was in that... His tear of... RC planes, like,
Oh, yeah.
just, it's so much fun. Small man right there is indestructible. Skylar chopped his goddamn arm off. I could do a whole podcast about small man. That's my RC plane, little small guy, aka small man. Did it up in Vikings colors. That's a Sierra Nevada bottle cap in the nose.
Oh,
I
nice
crashed
touch.
him so many times
You got
that
a
the
little
nose bent like
protection.
Artie Lang, and I had to put some kind of protection there. So, and Skylar chopped off his wing once, like, because I was doing flips and shit. Skylar was having a bad time. I was having a great time. I had a great ride. Landing one of those things is so much fun. It just takes concentration. But I'm chilling with small man. We're just out here drinking beers on a summer evening,
Just hanging out.
and then Skylar brings his big one. That's about the size of like a scooter or like a bow and arrow. Yeah, it's like that's the wingspan, big with the propellers. And we called him Salty Steve, but it's pretty fast. And he comes up close to a small man. He was just trying to mess with me. Chops his wing off. And
No!
I fall out of my seat. And Skylar's like, dude, I'm so sorry. But rewind a little before that, prior. Skylar gets me one of his big ones. He put it together.
You lose.
I was like, all right, for my birthday. He gave it to me, painted, he Sharpied
He already put
red
it
and
together?
black. He put it together.
What a
and
nice
we're
guy.
big Jim Rome fans, right? His Antics, Sports 1140, KHTK,
Shout out.
syndicated
Shout out.
Jim Rome. And we just have Jim Rome quotes. Like, well, it's just stupid. It's just one of those things. Inside jokes. We always quote Romey. And bag or boss, it's like if it's a bag move, it's douchebag move, boss move, good move. You can just judge people's everything. So that's a bag move or a boss move.
Okay.
We ran 10 miles a day, boss move,
Boss.
I'd say. Anyways, so we're flying. It's kind of a windy day. I'm like, oh boy, it's a little above my expertise level. It's a
Yeah.
little fast. And I'm going around spinning it, and the wind takes it a little bit.
No.
I'm like, fuck, it's a little out of range for my controllers. And it gets super high up. It keeps going up, and then starts going off to the distance. To the east it goes.
Wow.
Over our property. We're like, fuck like, row me! Like, Jim Rowe was flying away. And we drove after it, but we couldn't, like, cut through other people's property, so that plane is...
She gone?
Gone. The day Skylar gives it to me, I fly it the fuck out. And, like, he was bummed out, but, like, I didn't do it on purpose, but it was still... Like, it was a little windy. I think the wind just took it and just kept... It just would not...
That's classic.
Come back, so.
That's why you got to throw the reverse blasters on. You got to come back against it.
I tried, but
man.
Small man is the man. Like
I
how many
like
times
him, bro.
I crushed it, like crashed.
Have you
I
seen
flew through things like obstacles and.
You seen the ones out by the landfill that like,
Huge
they're jets?
Yeah,
they're jets.
Those are
we
like
were golfing.
gasoline powered.
What's that golf course? Wild Horse.
Yeah.
Me, Sky, like 4 of us, Bradley and Nick.
Challenging course. Challenging.
It was the 4 of us, and we were golfing, and I'm like, bro, do you guys hear this goddamn jet that keeps buzzing around? And Sky's like, oh no, dude, those are RC jets that like we see them all the time. You look and there's like a blue one, I think, and another one. These things are nose up, just going. And
you gotta be pretty.
It was
good
crazy, and they sound like real fucking jets.
They're gasoline powered. I'm sure a certain type of fuel, but it takes a lot of skill. Tackling fuel. I mean, if you crash it, there's some gnarly crash compilations, and then there's a guy. I'll show you the video after this. It's an RC helicopter, but it's a big one.
Yeah.
Like it could kill somebody if the propellers got to you. And puts it vertical and is turning it side to side, like really messing with it.
Wow.
Bouncing back and forth like those guys in that stationary skydiving type deal.
Yeah.
Just bobbing back and forth. It was pretty impressive. But that's not distance running. All right, we're bringing it back. Look at us go. Going.
And let me know when you want your surprise.
Oh, please.
We'll give it a little bit.
We'll give it some time. We'll let it. Oh, that's what we like to call a tease. Ooh. What's the surprise? You better pay attention. Ponga attention, Senora Hey.
We got something real nice planned for sandwich.
Real nice for sandwich.
He's gonna really enjoy it.
Why do you run, dude? What, like, you're a baseball guy growing up. What was that like turning point? When did you sell your soul?
When I got fat.
How fat?
I don't know. But I didn't look good.
Oh,
I was a chunky chunk. Just kind of how I am now.
Chunk?
That's why I got to get back into it. This is what happens.
I would. You know?
Dude, if I don't...
I would.
Hey, you're not wrong. If I don't have something...
That means have sex, everybody. I have sex with this man.
If I don't have something to work towards, I won't do anything. That's like...
True.
I had to be very honest with myself when I got there. And now currently.
Dude, that's like...
If I don't have something to work towards, I just won't do anything. I'll kick it, and I'll drink wine, and I'll drink beer, and I won't do shit.
You'd be comfortable.
And then I go boom up, and then I get motivated, and then boom down, and now I'm back up. I gotta get back down.
What? I mean, I'd say you look healthy.
Correct.
You look healthy. Like,
you're not wrong.
But your mindset is healthy. You got a healthy enough mindset to actually look yourself in the face and be like, I want to do something about it. And so many people... It sounds really good in their head. It sounds really good on paper. Hell, on paper would be better. But if it's just in your head, that is you not running still. That's you not doing shit about it. Oh, I might do it, this and that. You make your excuses real because they're a lot more easy to attain or to blame for why you're not running.
It's just the easy way.
So, deciding to get back in shape and running marathons are two completely different things. What the hell happened? Like, what was that transition between?
Yeah, that's not normal. And going back, I probably wouldn't have done it that way.
How long was it between that discussion with yourself and the marathon?
So the discussion with myself was like a whole different thing. I just started running a little bit, but just little bits.
Were you jacking off before you had that discussion with yourself?
Oh, it was
in the bathroom
during.
mirror.
It was mid pump.
Oh, really?
Realization, you know.
And then you came to your senses.
Yeah, and then I, so I started running a little bit, like 1 mile, 2 miles, and I texted my cousin. So my cousin's the one that got me into running. I've told you this.
Yeah.
So I texted her, and I was like, I would love one day I was hammered. I can't remember where I was, but I was hammered, and I texted her, and I was like, I've been running a lot because she runs marathons and shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think I want to run a half marathon.
You lose.
And this was, I want to say this was in
Good day, sir.
March, because I ran it in June of the next year. Mm-hmm. So I had more than a year before my marathon. And she was like, oh, you want to do a half marathon? Let's do it. And I'm drunk, and I'm like, perfect, book it.
Did you expect her to say yes?
I didn't expect her.
Busy.
I don't really know why I said it. I was hammered, and I should never have said it. But I'm glad I did. And then she just like basically called me on it and was like, let's run a half marathon. And then so we did that in like February.
A little closer, love.
In February. So it was some time before my half marathon.
Mm.
And like the next day, I texted her again and I was like, I really want to run a marathon one day. And she's like, let's do it. And she's like,
she's just down, right?
June in San Francisco. And she bought our tickets. And I was like,
Wow.
fuck.
She bought your ticket.
Yep. And I was like, now I can't not do it. You
can't back out.
Exactly. So I was like, well, I just looked at it and I was like, I got a half marathon in February, full marathon in June. I have plenty of months to get there.
Oh, absolutely. So
I had some time, but I didn't do shit.
So wait, really?
No, well, for a while. And so it got real and I was like 16 weeks out from a half marathon. And then I was like, I need to start training. Didn't really do a training, but I ran up to a certain distance. So I did a little bit of training for the half marathon.
Yeah.
Because it was part of my marathon training. I was training that far out, like December to June. I was training for a marathon, and because it was like this program, not because anything I came up with. So actually, in the middle of that was like the half marathon distance. So
that'd have been a good gut check to see, am I capable of it? Did it boost your confidence or did it discourage you? Yeah.
Because I fucking killed the half marathon.
What'd you run it in?
I don't know. I probably have it up. No, I have a watch at that point.
Oh, you fool.
Ugh.
You
so it was a trail run.
I got bleep that out now. Sorry.
It was a trail run in the Bay Area. I can't remember where. Dang. Anyways, so it was a half marathon. I ran with my cousin, Kay, and she's like older woman, but she's in great shape. So we run it, and I'm like, she's gonna do way better than me.
She a babe?
She's not bad. Look at me. She's my cousin.
Hey!
And there's no ugly people with genes that come from my jewel.
Oh, there's no ugly Calverts.
You know? So anyways, we ran the half marathon, and I did way better than her. I was killing it, dude. And at like mile 12, she looked at me and was like, I don't think I can make it. And I was like, Joe?
She said that to you?
Yes.
I thought she was running person.
That's what I'm saying. So it's different on every day, I feel like, but maybe she didn't train. I don't know.
You should have used her full name to emphasize the seriousness and the direness of the situation.
Well, she just looked at me and said, you want me to say my name?
What?
And she's like, I don't think I can finish. And I was like, Joe, we have 1 mile left. I'll fucking carry you to the finish. I could never have done that, obviously. But
you're full of shit.
I am full of shit, but I got her going. And she was like,
up?
dude, yep. And she was like, you're right. And I was like, I think about running like this. If I have a mile left, I'm like, I have less than 15, normally less than 12 minutes. No matter, until you're done with that mile.
Yeah, game clock.
Like, you have 12 minutes, just focus on 12 minutes, you got it.
You can gut out a mile.
Exactly. So, anyways, that was my mindset. I was like, she can do it. So I was like, I'll carry you. But I never could have carried her. Woo-hoo. And she was like, I got it. So we cranked it out. And like, it was pretty slow because she was really struggling. But I was like, I don't give a I'm going to be here with you and we're going to finish it together. Like, this is our journey. So she finished. Then she smoked me in the marathon.
Really? She like training and you got
I guess. I
think
think that's what you were asking. So I think I got confident because of it, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna kill it. I got this.
Gotta stay on it. Bro.
And I think I took it, but I still was training pretty good. Like I did, I finished. So training was there. It just wasn't. I should have done way more.
But you gotta still respect like that distance. That's
13.
The 13. Yeah, I had a lot more respect for it after doing it. I mean, I knew it was a son of a bitch going into it, but I figured, knowing me, I could get it done. I put in kind of minimal effort, just ran in the gym only, nothing super distance.
Yeah.
And then doing it, I had not one step left in me. Like afterwards,
But how much did you train before?
Not that much, not super consistent. This is probably the most consistent I've been regimen-wise, training for something. This is the first time I've ever done it.
I love it.
Well, I was about to... In the first week, it's 3 miles, 4 miles, 3 miles, and then you run 5 on Saturday. Mm-hmm. On the 4...
So to the people, it's a 4... You're running 4 days a week, right?
Yeah.
Because it's Tuesday... Is it Tuesday, Wednesday?
It's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Correct. So you have a space... Yeah, okay.
But
so that's the...
Yeah, it's good.
That's your little training program.
So... Idiot. What was I saying? That first week, I was doing the 4. I was about like 2.5 miles. I was like, man, I got stuff to do today. Like, this is just jogging. I'm going to be jogging again more this week. Like, it's okay. I can just do 3 miles now. And like, it's cool. Whatever I have time for.
Yep.
Then I was like, kind of telling myself, yeah, like, this is the move. This is what's going to happen. It's cool to like not do it. It's the beginning. You owe it to yourself.
Yep. You just started.
fuck me. I was like, you know what? Like, I was like walking, fuck it. I'm going to put in this 4 mile or 5 miles, whatever it was, an inconvenient number. And I just knocked it out. It's
That's
like,
what you gotta do.
I felt so much better. Why start something if you're not going to finish it or be about it or half-ass it?
And that's going to pay off 15-fold when you run your marathon.
I hope so, man. If it's like, if I can start thinking about
Dude,
it.
you look good today, bro. You're going to be ready.
Think so? Thank you.
I'm just telling you.
I appreciate that.
Like, you look good today, and you hammered it out.
Just a
10.
little
If you could do
trot.
10,
You could run a half marathon. Yeah, you could run a half right now.
I bet I could. It's like,
And it'd be fine.
it would be, you'd have to dig a little deeper, maybe like, but I could do a half, I bet.
So that's what I'm saying. And we have, it's December, January, February, March.
We got some time,
3
baby.
months.
We got some time,
So that's a lot of time and you're already grinding.
this
you
is,
got to keep grinding,
I want to
baby.
keep grinding. I can't wait to like flip-flop that training regimen you gave me. But this is something I could see myself continue to do because it makes eating with. I have less guilt if there's like a little bit of brownie.
Bro, you
little
ran 10
something.
miles that you can
I was
drink
like,
and
dude,
eat.
I'm running my ass off every week, so it's like I need fuel for the tank.
Yep.
Maybe it's unleaded, but I know I should be eating premium.
It's
but
something,
sometimes
baby.
unleaded is
It's something, baby.
it's good.
Different kind of energy there.
And yeah, it's good. So that's a good, like, you and your cousin do it, and she's about it now. Like, she's a running lifestyle.
She ran a marathon a long time ago when I was like playing on the Woodland Thunder. Like
Thunder?
that a long time ago.
Really?
Travel ball team with Nico Doyle. Shout out.
Hey!
Don't know if Nico Doyle's
Trying to get him on, but he remains elusive. I want to
Hey.
talk to him about his Apex
Tell him-
Legendary.
Tell him we were talking about the Woodland Thunder days. We'll get him on.
You boys a force to be reckoned with?
Oh, we were great. Their
come with
team
any
in
lightning?
Woodland, there's a couple of ghetto kids, but they're ballers, baby.
As long as it's
It was cool. I just pitched.
talent tolerance, baby. That's what it comes down to.
Wow.
You can murder somebody.
Dude, then you could play some baseball.
If you can play, that's the thing about this country. If you are good at what you do and do not falter, they'll love you anyway. Tiger Woods has a quote:
Oh.
"Winning solves
You
everything."
mean the cat? Shout out this guy.
Winning
The
solves
cat.
everything. The cat meows.
I'm a big.
I'm a big fan of the cat.
The cat fucks.
You're not
We're
wrong.
not talking about the cat today,
Dude.
but shout out to the cat.
Shout out to the cat. Shout out to the cat.
Let's talk. I'll tip my cap.
I love that guy.
Gotta see it.
You'll love to see it.
Personal questions. Both of us are doing the Napa Valley Marathon. To my dismay, the mental state that I'm in, like, music helps out a little bit, but that's maybe 3 miles worth.
Yeah.
It burns out quickly because I only like right now I have about 20 songs that I could listen to in the gym. I'm like, okay, that one, just because I like them. But eventually they start to get stale,
Yep.
and I gotta find new music, so I get kind of scared.
That's why you should do the.
Do you have Spotify?
I have Pandora.
You gotta get on Spotify. Well, Pandora's good too because it shuffles the
I ain't
music.
paying for no internet music. I ain't doing that shit.
You get commercials?
But,
You can't have commercials while you run,
Dude, I
bro.
listen to commercials I know them by heart. When I'm writing in the morning, I put on Pandora. I'm listening to this kind of techie 80s, like modern 80s music.
Yeah. The good stuff.
The good shit. Kind of the intro to the podcast it's called Synthwave, and I have to listen to the same stupid Tide commercials, Jack in the Box.
You gotta splurge.
Go
Go to Spotify, baby. Can't do it.
I don't know.
You also need to get some new shoes, bro.
Bruh.
No, not right now.
The
For running.
shoes? Okay. Oh, you want to talk shoes?
No, I don't. Well, I'm already distracting this conversation enough.
That's all good.
So I'm
Good
trying to give
shit.
you back the reins here for a little bit.
We're like, if we were on.
But we'll talk about
So
shoes.
if you and I, here's how this podcast is going. If it was a wagon going to Oregon, we would be sitting in the front, and I would have one hand
Horse
on the reins,
drawn?
and you would
Oh.
have it on the other. We're just smacking the oxen. I have my right hand
a
on the
horse.
rein. You have your left. Horses. You would use
You said a
over-
horse-drawn wagon.
I like oxes.
You like an
Oxen.
ox?
I like oxen.
I can see that. You're more of an ox
Ox
guy.
guy, dude, because they're so endearing. They're big old eyes, their floppy ears, and I would protect them. Like the Native Americans start attacking us, I'd be like, "F- dude, get these." Like,
I'd get behind
just
them.
Get down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do. You use them for cover, and then you know,
But-
spitting out bullets out of your hamburger.
So this is a
later.
partnership, is what you're saying.
partnership.
We're just gonna.
We're
hold
getting
on to
there.
these
Yeah, we might get diarrhea at some point. You know,
Dude,
some
I don't think
some
so. I'm
dysentery.
good.
You're good?
Got it out.
I feel better now because the post-run slop that I made us has settled.
Yeah.
A lot of potatoes. I could
You almost put me to sleep.
I was scared, but thank God for this Keurig made coffee.
That thing drips slow. You might have to get your parents a new Keurig.
That one, they just got it. It's new. Maybe it's the Dunkin' Donuts.
You gotta start using filtered water.
Did you see how slow you were waiting for me to come out here to do the podcast, and I was waiting for that coffee, and it took like 5 minutes.
It took a while. The old one started slowing down. I'm like, oh shit, we got this new one. We got it this week.
I'm telling you, it's not the Keurig. It's probably the water. The Don only buys gallons of water. And he uses distilled water in his Keurig.
Does the Don...
The man is an animal.
He is. Idiot. I bet he could bite off a bottle cap and drink a whole gallon.
For sure.
I bet he could. But does he recycle the Don?
No way. It all goes to the same place. Ask Skylar Groats.
Oh,
ask Skylar Groats.
Some landfill controversy stuff.
He says it all goes to the same place. So everybody asks me, I say, don't fucking worry about recycling.
Excuse.
I got the landfill king telling me something. Oh, sorry. The prince.
You're right.
More like a serf.
Let's cut that part out.
Good Lordy.
Prince, I'm sorry, I went a little deep on the king.
We can go through...
I'm just over here.
Your audio levels are sublime. They're dancing all over the recording.
Does that mean I'm too loud?
No,
I need to be steadier?
Because when you're having a conversation and you're really into it, how often is your head just sitting still?
Never.
So that's why...
What do you think if you put like a headset, like an Xbox 360
microphone headset?
There's those...
Would that help?
I like
that would help
boom
with that.
Rogan has, like the ones.
Those are dope.
You just move them close to your face, but when you're talking, you're leaning forward, backwards. If you laugh, you lean back a little bit.
See, maybe this is where you got to get a lower table. That's what I was trying to tell you.
I don't like
And then
listening.
you just go like this, and then you're having a conversation. Yeah, it's a windy.
I do like leaning forward. I feel more engaged if.
Oh yeah, this is way more engaging conversation, but it's probably a little.
This table is it was free $99, so I.
How much was this microphone?
These mics, I want to say about $70.
70,
maybe 60.
It's a beautiful gold.
It looks nice, but apparently Behringer is the Target great value brand of audio product. I'm like, whatever. This whole setup, I want to say, is maybe about $350. About $350 altogether. For this guy, I call this the porn star, the audio mixer.
That thing's beautiful.
Could take up to 4 mics.
Wow.
Not guys.
4?
The mics. Up to 4, baby.
That only leaves one hole more.
Well, she's only got 4. I mean, there's other plugs, but no, they're audio outputs. So, Lordy. So if we wanted to get big old speakers, put them up. Yeah, I just get a different cable and it puts it out. So this, I just play it like right here.
Love it.
It's fabulous, but it's I don't know, for a hobby. This is pretty dope. I'm learning a little bit. I got these little pods here. I can adjust.
And we got a
audio
winery called Behringer. Very good wine.
So
shout out.
Behringer? Tom Behringer.
No.
What's that? Not
we
Tom
have a
Behringer?
winery named Behringer. It's spelled different.
This might even be Behringer. I prefer Behringer.
I'm sorry.
It could be.
Or maybe I heard that.
Yeah. I'm going to try out this pod. A little on-air audio test. All right, so... all right, hold on. I know what noise I'm going to make.
I already know what you're going to do.
All right. So I'm going to make a noise and then drop the pod. That's the audio... It opens up the mic a little bit to hear more, or if I lessen it, which I'm gonna put it all the way down so you won't hear anything, and then all the way up. So we're gonna see what happens.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
And that's all she wrote. So we'll see how that sounds in post-production.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
All right. So moving forward, mental state of runners. Like, so do you start daydreaming? Do you like think about let me think before I just keep bumbling. I used to think about myself doing, like in high school, playing football, making amazing highlight plays. I would just think about me playing football or basketball. Very narcissistic, but it was a way for me to just kind of take my mind off of the boring, just trotting of the run. What do you daydream a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
About?
You drift off. I don't know.
Where do you go?
I think so it depends. If I'm listening to music, there's no telling where this mind's going. But
you daydream during music, like while you listen to music, you're daydreaming? Or?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I almost feel like the music's just there as a background.
Yeah.
When I'm running at this point, I just feel like I'm constantly just daydreaming.
What do you prefer to listen to? It is nice to have like the background noise, right?
Yeah.
So podcasts help. Audiobooks. What do you listen to? Yeah. What podcast do you?
So I suggested a fantastic podcast.
You did.
To Sandwich at Green River. Whenever that was, 2 weeks ago. and it's a Harry Potter podcast. Or
what was it called again?
It's called Binge Mode.
Mode.
They do different ones. They have one for all of Game of Thrones, and they do.
Right.
That's what I think you might like.
Are there different hosts?
No, it's just those two. Jason.
I try to like
Concepcion,
chill if somebody kind of like irritates me, or I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that big of a deal, but I just kept listening to them and their antics and the way, just their
I think it just
demeanor.
takes getting used to, because I think I might have had the impression at first, but they're hilarious. I mean, you don't like them, not reality. So that's
like I'm a weirdo. Like I enjoy weird, wacky nerd humor, and this is literally down my alley. They're talking about everything I want to listen to,
and they have nerd humor. I think it might you just don't like it.
It just sounds like they're trying too hard. They're trying to be funny, and
I don't know.
I
just like the knowledge of it, so maybe I don't even really listen to them as much. But like, dude, with Game of Thrones, it helped me so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Watching it, like, yeah, okay, I got it. I haven't read any of the books fully through, but I bought the set, and I intended on starting, and I did, and I read like 50 pages or something. And the books are way litter. I understand. No, it really is. I've heard a lot about it, but I just haven't read them.
No, you get a lot more insight into their mindset and the characters themselves, why things are going on. And
what did I say to you that I think earned the most respect out of you ever regarding Game of Thrones?
For me?
I can clearly remember, yeah.
Please.
Arya and her direwolf, remember when they say goodbye to each other? And we were talking about this episode, and I was like, that was way deeper than that. Was more like, because her direwolf represents her essentially, right?
Yeah.
And like, it was her making that decision. Like, that's what it was deeper than just, direwolf isn't gonna come with me,
That was her.
It chose to go off with its pack. It was in that episode when you finally see the whole pack and like attacks her, and they have that moment, and they're like face to face, and you can just tell it's like a reflection of her. And that wolf made the decision to go off this pack and do his own thing, where she went back to Winterfell.
It's
like so this is my point: is Game of Thrones and like anything has way deeper meaning, right? So you could watch the TV show, and there's all those people that have like that general knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So then the only other option is reading the books, which, I want to do, but I haven't. But this podcast is why I love it. They've read the books and seen all the shows multiple times, and they talk about one episode at a time.
Right.
So they do a highlight of like the episode, and then they go fucking deep. They tell you about like lore and shit.
That's pretty well. So they're well informed, and you definitely learn like.
And that's why I love it.
Get off on it. I
know the people.
For some reason, they have those faces that I haven't seen, but their voices.
You should look them up because they look a lot different.
Oh my god!
Jason Concepcion is Asian.
Idiot. Good for him.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I never saw him as
just
being
take a hammer to the microphones and then point at them. You shake it because I'm all angry. Stop that!
Juiced up on caffeine.
Oh my god! I'm so. Thank you for having me.
So that's what takes my mind off it.
That's
I
a good
daydream, and
daydream.
if I'm listening to like podcasts like that, I'll like drift off into like thinking about that.
That's dope. I mean, just thinking about Game of Thrones, and you can get audiobooks of the Game of Thrones. I don't think they're cheating. If you listen to an audiobook, that's how you read books.
Yeah. I drive an hour and 15 minutes one way to work, and I'm always like, dude, I should get audiobooks, but I just listen to
That's why we're making this podcast, dude. It's something to listen to.
That's what I'm saying. So all I do is listen to podcasts.
That's right, baby.
Gives me the book knowledge and the show knowledge all in one package, and it's freaking dope.
It's quite nice.
So they do it for Harry Potter too, which was probably my favorite. I thought
going back to what you were saying about how they go deeper into things about what happens in the show, some people are just watching it to be entertained, and they're not looking for subliminal messaging or what metaphors, the certain way they shoot something or don't shoot something, or where characters are standing or what they're dressed like. There's a lot of added symbolism to the show. It's more than just if you take it then face value. There's so much more to it.
Something that Mason, my brother-in-law, once said to me, and this is like what opened my eyes to all of this, and like why I started getting into like fantasy shit. There's an episode of TV that's not like sports or nothing. It's like Game of Thrones. Every single thing in that show has a purpose. Every single frame. So they're not going to produce a throwaway scene. Sometimes maybe they do, but in a great show like Game of Thrones, they don't have those.
No.
So like, once somebody said that to me, it kind of made me reevaluate shows. I was like, oh damn, you actually gotta like really pay attention.
Every detail matters.
If you care, but you don't have to do that. You can just watch it. And Game of Thrones is the dopest series of all time on TV. But if you like dive deep into it, it's even better.
People can love it for different different reasons. Like depending if you're a film nerd or a lighting nerd, you'd be the way they lit this scene, that implicate the way it shines on this character is telling the story because they're just about it, right?
Yeah,
for me, I geek out on writing more now than ever before. I'm almost done with my book. I'm going hard. It's coming out.
Can't
baby.
wait. I read
Let's
that
go.
chapter or that page you accidentally sent me.
Accidentally? Did I?
Yeah, you sent me a screenshot of something you were writing. It was like deep into the book. I feel like
shit.
I got some shit in my.
You got
Hit
some
me
stuff.
up, boys. I got the sneak peek.
The scoop. I need beta readers, baby. I'm f***ing proud, dude. It's
I know it's gonna be great.
gonna be.
You have a brain like that,
dude. I had the.
So how many books you
epiphany.
think you're gonna write, or do you want to keep it secret?
I'm gonna till
Like
I
a
die.
series.
Till the wheels fall off.
So
This book that I'm starting right
a
now is
world.
it's the first one of maybe 3 or 4, or maybe more. It, dude. Like the expansion
After it
of
comes out, I want to talk to you because I want to know.
Please.
Like, are you putting way more
There's
strategy
lore.
into this, like Star Wars kind of shit?
World
You
War
start with
III
the end, maybe
already-
ending with the start.
World War III already happened, bro.
Oh, in your book.
Yeah. Think about it. All right, here's just a little tease about what kind of caused that. So, how good are hackers these days? Computers, phones. I'm thinking Tesla cars, if need be, drive that into a presidential
Hopefully
campaign.
He's so f***ing smart that he.
Hopefully there's
smarter
enough.
than the hackers to.
Well, the
keep
hackers
them from doing it.
Hackers are they're good. They are good. So,
Oh, I know. I was saying, hopefully he
So-
has that figured out.
what happens for World War III? We eventually upload our minds. They're always saying, "Oh, phones are going to be on our bodies or whatever." So there's a computer in our head, and there's a connection to it. Why can't people get hacked as well? So a virus breaks out, and then mankind needs to get down. Earth go hard, says Lil Dicky. Earth go hard. So World War III happens, and then after the fact, it's all very cyberpunk. You know what that is? It's like
I can assume.
there's
I don't
metal
know, but-
arms. It's kind of futuristic,
Yeah, yeah.
big cities, like half metal, like robot people.
Did
and
you
shit.
see that?
Like
Angel. What's that movie called?
This is cyberpunk, like people look
Yeah, yeah.
like that and shit.
Damn.
Nerdy AF.
Okay.
Nerdy AF. And then the next book, oh god, I'm thinking somehow I
Are you
figured
giving
out
off
a way.
sneak peeks right now, folks?
Maybe a little sneak peek of book 2.
Wait 3
I'm not
minutes
gonna tell
to get
you
a sneak
how.
peek. You gotta feed them. You gotta.
I'm gonna keep feeding them. I figured out how to this is all futuristic and techie. And the next one, I'm not gonna tell you how it's gonna happen, but it's all gonna be kind of medieval. There's magic. There's connections. But it's a super advanced medieval society.
Okay.
And when you told me kind of how Hogwarts is hidden with magic is kind of how this is gonna get pulled off. Here. Hey, dilly. But
So
running. We talk about running in this podcast.
yeah, running at this.
Oh
point.
my god.
Just kidding. Keep
They're-
them coming.
hey,
Let's hammer off like 3 questions.
All
Quick
right,
answers.
let's get going. Then we got the off the cuff afterwards. Dude. There's
Fantastic.
some
And I got
good
my
shit.
surprise still.
Let's do the surprise at the hour mark. We're at 56.
I love it.
We're good.
Oh, on that 4 minutes? Yeah, hammer them off. Let's go.
Hammering. What's your strategy going into this marathon coming up? After you ran the first one, I learned a whole lot more just by doing the half marathon than I ever could have read. You just have to experience it and do it. What's your game plan?
2 things.
How many fingers is that? Thank you.
Sorry.
You put up different numbers of fingers here. Yeah. Shock me.
Shame.
Oh, the coffee bumped all over my face.
You are an animal.
Oh, I'm Harvey Dent. It's cool.
For those who didn't see, Sandwich just took a drink out of his canteen and popped a lot of coffee in his face.
Because I don't know how to drink
It was
proper.
good. It was good. I liked
all
it.
right.
One, scout the course. You said that earlier, and
Yeah.
that would have been so smart because, bro, I ran San Francisco. San Francisco, I meant.
That's good.
Never even take a look at the course, so I didn't run hills, and then I ran in San Francisco.
Hills.
So, you already said you're gonna do that.
Well, I mean, I said I'm gonna do it.
Good.
But God,
You should do it.
that makes me
I've
have
actually
to do
looked
it.
at the elevation, which I didn't even do that for San Francisco, so I kind of know what to expect. And I drive that every day, pretty much, so I
Yeah.
already know what to expect.
Sure.
But you should look at it, prepare you mentally. And
Well,
be
Goggins told me to
consistent. Good.
be consistent.
Yeah. And that's one
I've
thing I
been.
told you from the beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, Daddy.
And you don't do like me because, see, I'm a bit terrible example. I'm inconsistent. But,
You lose.
you know,
Good day, sir.
God's
Hey, man,
gift
hey,
to running,
hey,
bro.
It's all good.
That's
it's
what
me,
you should
baby.
do. It'll make you do way better. So
God loves me and hates everybody else.
Those two
That
guys.
is a fact.
That was Walter Boy. I think he loves me.
Were you?
That's what the
no,
priest told me.
all right. To
The
altar
priest
boys,
told me the whole time. Well, I don't know why he was spanking
he's spanking me. He's like,
with no pants on.
I'm spanking the sin out of
And
you.
he was just telling me, God loves you because you're serving the Lord.
You're serving the
He was whispering in
Lord.
my ear.
You're pleasing the Lord. I feel like if you're an altar boy, God is going to sit there on high, super high already, so he's double high. Why wouldn't he be high?
Why not?
Looking down, he's like, this little shit is trying way too hard. He's kissing ass,
Yeah.
putting on the robes, all this. Priests are bad enough.
Good day, sir.
Talking Latin. God speaks English.
Latin?
Why are you speaking Latin? What are you doing?
I love that shit,
Holy
bro.
English. So,
I love that shit.
and he's just sitting there. I just don't think you have to try so hard. I think God wants us to be us.
Oh, dude,
As
if you wanna get
our
in a fucking-
authentic self.
If you want to go off the rails right now, I can go off the fucking
Stay on the rails.
rails.
Keep it between the rails. Then we get. Well, that's just. So many times when we're having a podcast, we'll be like, okay, another podcast idea.
Dude.
Just talk about
At least
God,
you can listen
our
back. At least
existence
you can
of it.
listen back and
Oh, I do.
remember.
There's a lot
So
of
that's
bleeps.
good. Because I would never fucking remember that if I didn't like have something to remind me.
What's that? Oh, the
that topic.
sometimes. Oh, I'll wake
At
up
the
in
end
the
of
middle
this, I
of
would
the
have
night.
no idea that
I'll
that
wake
was
up in the middle of the
a
night,
conversation.
and if I have an idea, I'll just text it to myself. Oh, it's coming down. Like yesterday, I was planning on writing in the evening, and I just got an idea of how to just idiot. The idea of my books, some of it's kind of complex, and I didn't think I really described it super well. And then last night, I was just had I call it a braingasm, a fucking braingasm, and I'll show you. Like I texted it to myself, and I'm just typing all the ways that
On your phone?
Yeah,